Coming up next on Arizona Horizon, an investigation finds that tenants accused of criminal activity automatically lose federal housing assistance. Also tonight, a new treatment offers new hope for patients with multiple myeloma. And a nonprofit looks to destigmatize the homeless. Those stories and more next on Arizona Horizon.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Arizona PBS, members of your public television station.
Good evening and welcome to Arizona Horizon. I'm Ted Simons. Still no state budget. Lawmakers continue attempts to avoid a government shutdown by getting a spending plan to the governor for signature before Tuesday's start of the next fiscal year. The governor yesterday vetoed two budgets pushed by the House in favor of the Senate's $17.6 billion spending plan. That Senate plan was negotiated with the governor. The House is expected to vote on the Senate plan any moment now, but if the House makes any changes, the budget goes back to the Senate, where it will have to be approved again. On Capitol Hill, a top Senate official today ruled that a number of measures in the Republicans' sweeping domestic policy bill, those measures must be removed because they violate the chamber's rules. The Senate parliamentarians' rejections included key health care cuts, limits on food assistance programs, and an effort to sell off federal land. It's a setback for what President Trump calls his big, beautiful bill, but the Senate's majority leader says it's just a, quote, bump in the road.
You know, we don't control the autonomy of the parliamentarian. That's obviously something that we have to adapt to. But we're plowing forward, and when we actually get on it, still is an open question. But rest assured, we will.
President Trump has set a July 4th deadline to get the domestic policy bill enacted. The U.S. Supreme Court today ruled that states can block Medicaid funding to Planned Parenthood. It was a 6-3 decision with the court's 3 liberal justices dissenting. The decision reversed an appeals court ruling that banned South Carolina's excluding of Planned Parenthood from the state's Medicaid program. The White House applauded today's decision.
The president has always maintained that Americans should not be forced to violate their conscience and their religious liberty by having their tax dollars fund abortions, and we're glad the Supreme Court ruled on that side.
Of note, federal law prohibits public health funds from being used for abortions, but many low-income patients use Planned Parenthood for other health services, especially in areas where it's hard to find Medicaid providers. The U.S. Supreme Court is set to release a number of final decisions from its current term tomorrow, including a case involving President Trump's executive order ending birthright citizenship. And Bill Moyers died today. He was 91. Bill Moyers went from President Lyndon Johnson's White House press secretary to a well-rounded and much-respected journalist, most notably on PBS, where he produced hundreds of hours of intelligent and provocative programs ranging from government corruption to environmental abuse to religion to modern dance. Bill Moyers, PBS icon and self-described citizen journalist, dead at 91. An investigation by the Arizona Republic looks at lease agreements that allow for evictions of tenants based on accusations of criminal activity. That investigation also found that those evictions come with the loss of federal housing assistance. To learn more, we welcome back Hannah Dreyfus, investigative reporter for the Arizona Republic and azcentral.com. It's good to have you back. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks. Great to be back.
Yeah, and when you were first here, we kind of talked about this investigation overall. Give us a quick synopsis of what exactly you're looking at here.
Sure. So the investigation started with looking at what's called the Crime-Free Lease Addendum. That's a document that's added to almost all rental agreements here in Arizona. And what renters are signing away is the ability for a landlord to evict them if they're suspected of a crime. A landlord can pursue an eviction action even if there's no criminal charge, conviction, police activity, or even a crime. I was really surprised that this is the case and was intent to learn more about how Arizonans are affected by this criminal addendum.
And even a family member who could be involved, that could affect the tenant, true?
Absolutely. The addendum expands the responsibility of tenants not only to their own behavior, but to the behavior of guests, affiliated persons, and people who aren't even on their property.
And we talked last time about how this was supposed to reduce crime, get the bad actors out of the apartments and the places that are, put up for rent. Is it working? Is the crime reducing? I don't think it's reducing, is it?
It's not. Actually, with first of its kind data that I mined through public records requests across Arizona, we found through federal data on crimes that it's not reducing crime at all. which was really an attack on the essential reason that these crime-free addendums exist.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So we talked about that last time. We got that little synopsis there here. But we want to talk about the latest installment of your investigation, and that is when you are evicted, you may not have done a doggone thing, but when you're evicted, you lose federal housing assistance.
Exactly. This is sort of the second stage of the investigation that I really wanted to look into, because there's a lot of cascading harms that come from an eviction that aren't at first apparent when you have an eviction action. So what I looked at, folks wait for federal housing assistance through federal vouchers for years. They're on wait lists. And if somebody is accused by their landlord of a crime, not only do they lose their housing, but they are immediately kicked off the program that most of these people have waited years to receive.
Are they kicked off for good? Do they have a chance to come back over time? Do we know?
Well, many who have their federal assistance cut don't know if they can challenge the decision. Tenants can appeal the decision, and those appeals sometimes are successful and sometimes not. But the decision to cut them from the program is automatic once they're accused of a crime by their landlord.
And in your story, you talk about a Scottsdale single mom. I guess her daughters were involved in something, although no one was arrested. There was no prosecution. There were no charges, right?
Exactly. So it's actually even more interesting than that. I spoke to single mom Carrie Rollison. She had 2 teenage daughters who were actually the victims of an assault on their property. Once again, a group of teens drove up to their property, got out of the car, and attacked them. They were then held responsible for that crime and evicted because of that, even though they were never charged.
And after, or I guess during or after the eviction, she finds out that Section 8, it's gone, right?
Exactly. First, she found out that she was being evicted because her daughters had been involved in this crime, even though they had been the victims of it. And then she found out that she was being removed from her federal voucher program.
And again, she was at one time homeless, and she managed to get on that list, managed to get into this apartment, and now it's all adios.
Exactly. Carrie had been homeless, and her kids had been living with family on and off for years before she was able to get on federal housing assistance. She had that assistance for about a year until this happened, and then it was terminated.
Did you hear more of these kinds of stories?
Yes, I absolutely came across these types of stories, and what's interesting is that the stories I came across involve tenants who lose their federal housing assistance even when the landlord decides to drop the eviction. That means that the landlord will initially initiate an eviction action against a tenant, but then will sometimes renege and say, never mind, we don't have enough evidence here to pursue the eviction action. There's not enough justification. And even then, they lose their federal housing assistance.
Something about that just doesn't seem right. Are lawmakers paying attention? Is anyone, and officials paying attention to this?
Well, I'm doing my best to get this in front of lawmakers. I'm right now in touch with several lawmakers who are interested in seeing if there can be ways to change the way that crime-free lease addendums affect tenants, realizing the downward effects and the cascading effects that losing one's housing can have on a family and their stability overall. So I am trying to get this in front of lawmakers. It is an issue that's come to the attention of the Attorney General as well through our reporting, and I'm doing everything I can to get impact from the work that I've done.
And we should mention this especially affects low-income minority renters.
Exactly. That was another tenet, another facet of the data that we looked at. These crime-free addendums specifically affect Black and non-white renters and those of lower incomes. So we're specifically targeting a population who are already limited in their ability to fight back if they are faced with an eviction action.
Arizona is one of how many states that have these addendums?
Well, these addendums actually originated in Arizona, but at this point in time, they have become so popularized that they exist in almost every state at this point. But there are other states like Illinois, for example, that have started to become aware of the fact that the addendums have negative consequences and have started to use legislation to limit their ability to proliferate. So Illinois most recently is working on legislation to limit these addendums and how they can affect tenants, and perhaps Arizona will follow suit.
I would think modifying to a certain degree. I mean, if someone is convicted, I can see that. You can understand that. But if there hasn't even been a charge, it doesn't make much sense, especially when you're basically putting them back out there if they don't get any Section 8 help.
Exactly. And it really originates in the 1990s. This was a tough on crime policy, and it was supposed to communicate the message that there's no tolerance for crime whatsoever, one strike, you're out policy. But what it does does is it ends up penalizing people who actually weren't involved in criminal activity at all, and sometimes weren't even involved with the police at all.
What happened to the single mom with the daughters?
Well, Carrie was able to, I followed her journey for 99 days while she was living in her car. It was a lot of ups and downs. There were times when she couldn't charge her phone and we were out of touch. Carrie has relocated to an apartment in Flagstaff. She was able to work with a lawyer to represent her in an appeal to get her housing assistance back. After several months of deliberation, she had a hearing and the decision to terminate her from the program was overturned. She is one of the lucky ones. She has her housing assistance back and she is housed with her children in Flagstaff today.
Well, that's nice to hear. The investigation goes on. Will there be more parts of the story?
There will be more parts of the story. I'm going to be following specifically how the Attorney General is going to follow up on prosecuting folks who are illegally using the addendum to kick out folks who don't deserve to be evicted.
All right, Hannah Dreyfus, great work as always. This is really important stuff, and thanks for sharing the information, and we appreciate you being here. Thank you so
great
much.
To be back. Thank you, Ted.
Next time on Father Brown.
The Pelagius cross?
The Pope's coronation gift draws an old enemy.
Flambeau, this time I need your help.
Flambeau's daughter is being held hostage.
He'd cut her throat in a heartbeat.
And Father Brown agrees to help him steal the cross.
That is the worst idea I have ever heard.
But the artifact disappears.
Do something!
Find out how
We're looking at this the wrong way around.
on Father Brown.
Saturday night at 7:30 on Arizona PBS.
Antiques Roadshow will not rest until we discover the treasures of the city that never sleeps, New York.
If I were your wife, I would have said, "What did you bring home?"
Right.
And to think my mom just wanted the frame.
It is the greatest archive I have ever had at the Roadshow.
Really? Holy smokes.
There's more from New York next time on Antiques Roadshow.
Monday night at 7 on Arizona PBS.
There's a new immunotherapy treatment for multiple myeloma, a blood cancer that has been deemed uncurable. Dr. Matthew Ulrichsen is a medical oncologist at the Banner MD Anderson Cancer Center, and he joins us now. First of all, welcome to Arizona Horizon. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Likewise, great to be here.
We just, not too long ago, had a kind of another segment on multiple myeloma. Of all the cancers out there, this one, they're making great strides on this.
Yeah, one of the things I would say that's been really exciting to see, especially within hematologic malignancies or blood cancers, understanding the underpinnings, the causes of the disease at the DNA level, the cell level, has really led to a lot of advances. So you're right, multiple myeloma is one of them, really seeing advances in immunotherapy, targeted therapies.
Now, this immunotherapy that we brought you here to talk about, this is something that was developed by a company in China, correct?
Correct. That company is initially from China. Now they're in partnership with Johnson & Johnson here in the United States.
And this involves, we've had stories on this too, this CAR-T technology. Talk to us about CAR-T.
Yeah, so CAR-T is a goal of using your own immune system cells to better find cancer. So step one is take the immune system cells out of the bloodstream. The patient isn't missing them while they're gone. Outside of the body, new DNA is put into those cells, kind of like using a Trojan horse, an inactivated virus to put new DNA in those cells. They're amplified, divided, and then put back in the patient where they then are released to go find the cancer cells and do what the immune system was made to do, gobble it up like a Pac-Man.
Now, is it the kind of thing where you can just take a little bit of these cells? You have to have a whole bunch of them? How long does the treatment last, and what kind of treatment is involved?
Yeah, so once the cells are taken out, usually it's about 3 to 4 weeks where the cells are in the lab getting manufactured and then allowed to divide so there's enough cells to put back in. But it's a one-time only treatment. The patient receives some doses of chemotherapy to prepare their immune system to receive it. Cell dose goes in through an IV. The cells find their way and inside the body amplify from there.
And the results have been remarkable. I mean, you're talking about people, cancer's gone after 5 years. I mean, are we talking cure here?
Certainly remarkable. And I will say that one of the, while as a cancer doctor, the word cancer isn't the C word I'm hesitant to use. You'll see us balk a little bit at the word cure. But this is so exciting for a disease like multiple myeloma where for many decades, there was nothing other than chemotherapy that didn't work well. 2005 started to have some targeted therapies, but it meant being on treatment almost all the time. And so this CAR-T product, you're exactly right. Right when it started, CARTITUDE-1 study was performed. And we saw almost everybody responding, meaning the cancer responded, but nobody knew how long that was going to last. Initially reported at about the 3-year mark, many patients are still responding, and you're right, now at this 5-year mark, a third of patients haven't needed any therapy since, and so we're starting to be more and more emboldened. Can we use this word cure?
What the third of patients that don't need any more therapy, is there something different with them than there is with the others?
Great question. So that's one of the things that the investigators looked at. Are there ways we can pick which patients might respond better than others? No real pre-treatment characteristics. Most of these patients had received a number of therapies between 4 and 13. And so patient-specific factors not. But when we look at the T cells, that's really where I think we can learn more and have a next step. The T cells get worn out by all of the treatments that a patient receives. And so it appears that the more functional the T cells are, those are the immune system cells that are taken out, the better patients respond. And so it led to a study where they said, instead of waiting to 4 lines of treatment, let's give it second. That worked a bit even better. More patients responded, and so now they're moving it to the front line and saying, hey, should we just use this up front?
Just start with it.
Can we get even more patients to have this type of response?
Yeah, it sounds like if you start with it, that's the best way to go. And when you're talking is CAR-T immunotherapy different than the immunotherapy we have been talking about for years?
Great question. Really a broad spectrum of immunotherapy. I always say that the oldest type of immunotherapy is let's just replace the whole immune system, something called a bone marrow stem cell transplant. That was started even back in the 50s, some of the initial research. Some of the checkpoint inhibitors, we call them, taking the brakes off the immune system was kind of the next iteration of that. This is even more specific, I would type of cellular immunotherapy, where we really get the patient's own cells, hone them, put them back in, have seen it work in lymphoma, really good advances in leukemia, now myeloma, and recently in malignant melanoma, solid tumor as well.
I was going to ask about the other blood diseases, leukemia and lymphomas and these sorts of things. This same thing can work with those?
Correct. So in 2016, we got to be part of the initial studies of using CAR-T in lymphoma, and pretty quickly in that study, getting to be a part of it, we saw patients that were never cured before that were. Thankfully, I still get to see them now 9 years later, and it's fantastic getting to say to them, one, hey, I'm glad you're doing well, never treat it again. But then second, the amount of patients and people that they have enabled to survive and be cured because of their courage participating in a clinical trial, it's really been just incredible to see.
Is this something that could lead to a vaccine?
Good question. So vaccine-related trials are also being done. I think that the first step to cellular immunotherapy is bringing it sooner. The healthier the T cells, the better. So ZUMA-23 is the trial looking at lymphoma, saying for an aggressive lymphoma up front, can we just avoid chemotherapy and go right to CAR-T, similar to what's being done in myeloma. But I think that the better and better we get at harnessing the power of the immune system, it's thought that within our lifetime we all develop 6 to 8 cells that would otherwise become cancer in our body, but because our immune system's so good at finding them, they never become clinically diagnosed. So the immune system has the ability to do this. We just need to keep getting better and better so no patients left behind.
And what's next in all this? We got about 30 seconds left.
Great question. So many things to done. One, more diseases. There are so many diseases that are as yet not yet benefiting from CAR-T. We've got a number of trials in colon cancer, pancreas cancer, lung cancer, things like that to try to advance the ball forward. The second is, can we make it easier to receive, make more patients available to receive this, lower side effects? Many opportunities to get better.
Well, this certainly is very encouraging, and I'm going to use the words, the C word, cure. I'll just do it right
I'm
there.
glad. Thank you. That
it sounds
great.
like you're on the doorstep. Dr. Matthew Ulrichsen, again, MD Anderson Cancer Center. Good stuff. Thanks for joining us.
Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Feeling better now that we're
Project Umbrella is a nonprofit that distributes meals and care packages to the homeless in Phoenix. Volunteers also seek to create connections with those living on the streets, helping to destigmatize homelessness through care and connection. Earlier this week, we spoke to the co-founder of Project Umbrella, Rami Sabai. Rami, good to have you on Arizona Horizon. Welcome to Arizona Horizon.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, a Project Umbrella. What are we talking about here?
So Project Umbrella is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that was started back in 2018 in New York City, and we've slowly expanded to the cities of Seattle, Phoenix, and Austin, Texas this past year. And the essence of our organization is to use care packages as an icebreaker to start conversation with the most vulnerable in our communities, which are the unhoused. And through the years, especially after the COVID-19 crisis, we've seen a rise in those populations. And we try to be there for the most vulnerable, and not just in giving them, something, but also just being a listening ear, and we've realized that goes a long way.
Yeah, I want to get to that listening part in a second because that really is important. But the care packages, what's inside a care package?
Yeah, so the care packages, they'll have hygiene kits, and then along with the hygiene kits, you'll have, shampoo, deodorant, anything from nail files, just something to make somebody feel really clean and feel confident about themselves, because at the end of the day, everyone likes that feeling. And alongside with those, we'll put in seasonal essentials. So depending on the season and the city. So for example, in Seattle in the winter months, we know it can get very rainy. So we'll give some umbrellas, some ponchos, some blankets, gloves, socks, and stuff like that. And Phoenix, in the summertime, for example, it gets really hot and the sun's brutal out here. And so we want to make sure everyone's playing it safe, and so we make sure to feed them a lot of hydration, whether that be IV packets, water, and then also do sunscreen. So it kind of just varies on the season and the city. We'll also always include socks, stuff like that.
And so the volunteers also listen, as you mentioned, they listen and they share stories with some of these folks. How important is just listening?
Yeah, so like I said, the essence of our organization is just to create that conversation, because at the end of the day, we're looking to destigmatize the idea of the unhoused communities. We want to bring a sense of rehumanization back to these people, because so many of them, feel like they're forgotten, and they feel like people walk past them on the streets and don't even notice them or acknowledge them anymore. So I think sometimes that conversation is just so incredible and so it's lasting for them. So it's a focal point of what we do.
What are some of the stories that you've heard over the time you've been involved?
We've heard so many incredible stories. We've met people that have had degrees, not just one, but further master's degrees, PhDs, and she had a couple bad months, and fell into a hole and unfortunately ended up on the street. We actually just met somebody yesterday at one of our distribution events. So we had a distribution event yesterday in Phoenix and also in Austin, Texas.
Wow.
And met a very incredible gentleman. His name is Mike, and sat down with Mike for about 30 minutes, almost half the distribution time, and we just listened. And he had such an incredible story. He's an ex-Marine. He's a veteran, and he's 66 years old, and he's out on the streets, living on the streets. And he explained some struggles, but he's very grateful for what he's had, and all the resources that we've given him. And so, he's very intelligent. He told me that he has a Quora blog that he often goes on. I gave him my email, I gave him our website, and actually just this morning he reached out to us. And,
very good.
We had nice conversations, and he showed me his Quora blogs and everything. So
very good. As far as meals are concerned, first of all, how much are they included in these care packages? And secondly, where do you get the food from?
Yeah, so the meals were a nice little touch we started integrating into our care packages, just because oftentimes when we hand out the care packages, people would always ask for food. And so from that, we just, were able to adapt. Like everything we've kind of done with this organization, we started from a grassroots, organization to now, working with a bunch of different organizations and companies around the United States. And so we'll reach out to local restaurants, businesses that are willing to donate some meals, and we're so grateful for everyone that's done it. We work with a couple restaurants around the valley. Arrivederci Ristorante was our latest sponsor yesterday on Scottsdale and Thunderbird. They're a great help. We also work with Eric Yee down at Kyoto in Scottsdale. He's a great help, and Jeremy up at OEB Breakfast.
Wow.
In Scottsdale. So they're all great helps in helping us fundraise and getting meals.
What about, I know that Project Umbrella is around the country here. Are there some chains and stuff like that are involved as well?
Yeah, so we have more of our corporate donors such as Costco, CVS, Starbucks, and they've been a great support throughout the years, especially Costco's being up in Seattle.
Now, the goal here is, again, to lend an ear, obviously, to help out, but also to listen, to acknowledge, and just have a simple conversation. But is there also a way that this can help get these folks off the street? I think that's what most people are concerned about when they hear about folks that don't have a home.
Absolutely. And our biggest thing is to create that awareness. So what we'll do is when we meet these people and we hear these incredible stories, we always ask for permission, you know, if they're open to letting us post their story online on our blog. And oftentimes they're more than happy to, and we'll take a photo with them, we'll write down their stories and post them, and they get a lot of engagement, and that's what we hope the engagement, not just for our organization, but just, you know, for government officials and other officials around the, you know, lawmakers that are making these decisions and can really have the power to make a difference.
Okay, where can people find out more?
So you can find all our information. We're on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, at project.umbrella. And then we have our website, projectumbrella.org. And you can reach out through there and donate and do all the fun stuff. So
You going to see expansion here pretty soon, you think? More cities?
that's the goal. That's the plan. I mean, anyone that's open to expanding, and if they're legitimate drive, we're open to expanding.
All right. Well, great work. Rami Sabai, again, Project Umbrella. Congratulations on your success and continued success.
Thank you very much. It means a lot.
And that is it for now. I'm Ted Simons. Thank you so much for joining us. You have a great evening.